What? Okay. To all our friends here in school, all our friends at home, we are going to do something which I think is really fun. Markers are in your parking lot right now. Thomas, markers in your parking lot. Thank you. So, we're going to start with our learning target, all right? So let's read our learning target together on the count of one, class. 3, 2, 1. We can use parentheses to help us decide what order we should perform operations in a number, sentence, or equation. So that's a lot of words, but does anybody know what parentheses are? Gavin, what are parentheses? No, they're not the commas. Isaac.
It's those little half circles.
Yes, very good. So we've done them a little bit. So these are parentheses. If I write 2 plus 3 plus 4, these things are called parentheses. What are they called, class? Parentheses. And we're going to find that they are really, really important when we are doing long equations with several operations in them, because they tell us what order we're supposed to perform those operations. It's actually something you're going to spend a lot of time on in 4th and 5th grade and 6th grade, even in middle school. It's called the order of operations. What's it called? The order of operations. So this is kind of your introduction to it. It's your first step. And so we're going to just learn that parentheses are really, really important for that, okay? Now, I believe yesterday Mrs. Stout-Peters did this application problem with you guys, right? Everybody remember? Richard has 2 cartons with 6 eggs in each. As he opens the cartons, he drops 2 eggs. How many unbroken eggs does Richard have left? So I'm going to pretend like I'm a 3rd grader doing this, and I'm going to say, okay, there's 6 eggs, and here's another 6 eggs. And there's my 2 cartons of 6 eggs, and then he drops 2, so I'm just going to do this. And then I can easily count. I can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He has 10 eggs. How many of you got 10 eggs yesterday? So the picture for that was really easy. Do we all agree the picture for that was easy? Okay. But how about our number sentence? Go ahead, Carson, you have 2 minutes. Remember, every time we do a word problem, we need a number sentence, right? Well, when I draw this picture, so just say this is the picture I decided to draw, when you first look at it, it looks like what? It looks like an array, correct? An array with 2 rows, and how many in each row? 6. Very good. So I might write 2 times 6 equals 12. How many of you did that yesterday? And then you probably wrote another number sentence, and your second number sentence was 12 subtract 2 equals 10. So you did end up with 10 eggs left. But here's where you're going to learn about the importance of parentheses. What if I just wrote 2 times 6 minus 2 equals? Okay, if I do 2 times 6 first, I get 12, right? And I subtract 2, and I get 10. But, what if I write that same equation, and I don't do the 2 times 6 first, I do the 6 minus 2 first. Look what happens. 6 minus 2 is what, class? 4. And now I would have 2 times 4, and I would get... But what was the right answer for our word problem? Was the correct answer 8, or was it 10? It was 10. And so, boys and girls, therein is the reason why it is important you use parentheses to show the order in which you want your operations performed, okay? I'm going to pause our video, and when you come back this afternoon, we're going to do more work with parentheses. Remember to leave all your stuff here because you will be coming back here after lunch. Okay? Thank you. Okay, we are unpaused, we are back at it, and remember our learning objective today is to learn how to use parentheses and equations and number sentences, and sometimes the way we use our parentheses make our answers different, okay? So we saw how that happened with our application problem yesterday. Well, today we're gonna do a little bit more with that. So, on your board, I would like you to turn your board horizontally like this. Friends at home, I'm going to put these couple of examples up on Seesaw for you to do at home. So, and you will have to submit them. So you can toggle back and forth between the video and your template and do these with us, okay? So what I'd like to do right now is on your board, you are to write 4 plus 2 times 6 equals 36. So go ahead and write that. Friends at home, your template will already say this, so you're just going to have to figure out how to place the parentheses. Okay, so we know in this example, we want our answer to be 36, correct? I told you what I wanted to come out. There are two options for us to place our parentheses. We can either place them around the 4 and the 2, or you can place them around the 2 and the 6, right? You have those two options. But if we want our answer to be 36, we can kind of look at that and decide where we want our parentheses to be placed. Do we want to put them around the 2 and the 6? If we put them around the 2 and the 6, we would multiply 2 times 6 and get 12. And then we would have to add 4 to 12, and 4 plus 12 is not 36. So Henry looks like he's already decided. He thinks we should put our parentheses around the 4 and the plus 2. So let's go ahead and do that. I think we're going to find that he's got the right idea. And remember, after we place the parentheses, what do? We show what the value of that amount is in the parentheses, and we do that by putting a caret. So go ahead and put your caret underneath there. What is 4 plus 2, everybody? That's easy, that is
6.
And now bring down your times 6, because now you've got 6, you've got to multiply by 6, and 6 times 6 class is 36. If you do your skip counting by 6s, you can get 36. It's also one of those 6s that rhymes. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 8 is 48. So remember, there are a lot of your 6s that rhyme. So the only way we can get this expression to equal 36 is if we put the parentheses around the 4 plus 2. Do we all agree?
Yeah.
Carson, you need to be at your desk. Whatever you're playing with, you need to put it down. Okay, let's try it again, shall we? Erase your board. And here's another one. This time, we want our equation to end up equaling 11. We want this expression to equal 11. So why don't, with your neighbors, take a minute and talk about it. Do you want to put your parentheses around the 15 minus 12? Or do you want to put your parentheses around the 12 divided by 3? So think about it. Talk with your neighbor. Talk with your neighbor. You guys are supposed to, first of all, you're supposed to write that down. You're supposed to write that down on your board, please, so you can kind of play around with it. Side. So, boys and girls, I'm going to come back here for a second. Holy moly! So I am going to give you one of the most helpful math strategies for problem solving you may ever hear. It's called guess and check. So if you think this is hard, what I would do, listen up here, Lily, you just said you thought it was hard. I would try first and put your parentheses. Lily, are you listening? First, I would try and put my parentheses around the 15 minus 12. See what that makes your answer be. What is that called? That is called a guess. You check it. If it doesn't work, guess what? You erase your parentheses, and then the second time, you're going to put your parentheses around the 12 and the 3. So there's a hint. I'm going to give you a couple more minutes and see how many people can come up with it. Did you guys decide? If you decided your parentheses should be around your numbers. You didn't even show me your work. What is 12 divided by 3? You got to finish your work. You got to finish the required work. Finish your work. Don't work. Why do you think? You do 15 minus 12. You're right.
Yeah.
What's the next step? The next step would be 12 divided by 3, right? All right, so, yes, you guys got it. All right, so I'm surprised at how many people do not do the on the board. People are forgetting how to do division, all right? So, one thing I saw some students do was do this. 15 minus 12. That's the first one I'm going to, what did I say? Guess and check. So, 15 minus 12 is? So put your caret and put your answer underneath. This is not a choice. This is a step in completing the problem, okay? And now we've got 3, and what do we still have to do to it? We've got to divide by 3, right? Well, what is 3 divided by 3? 1. Oh my goodness, who said 0? 3 minus 3 is 0, but 3, you know what you're forgetting? You're forgetting how to divide. So, if we put the parentheses around the 15 minus 12, does our answer come out to be 11? No. So that cannot be right. So let's do it again. 15 minus 12 divided by 3. This time we're going to put the parentheses around the 12 divided by 3, and we have to put our answer under there. I saw at least 2 or 3 people say this is 9. What was their misunderstanding if they said 12 divided by 3 is 9? Henry. No, what was their misunderstanding, Madison? Yeah, some people subtracted, but it's division. And well, how do you do division? If you have 12 divided by 3, how do we get our answer? How quickly we forget. We skip count by 3 until we get to 12, so do that. 3, 6, 9, 12. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. And now we've got to bring our 15 down. 15 minus 4. Well, what is 15 minus 4, class? 11. So in order to make this equation work, where did we have to put our parentheses? We had to put our parentheses around the 12 divided by 3. Does everybody see that? Lily, do you understand that now? Because you said you were confused. Okay, let's do another example together, all right? This one did not work. This one did. The strategy I suggest is called guess and check, okay? So we're going to do 2 more. Erase your boards. that are the same, and we're gonna see how putting the parentheses in different places affects our answer. So we're not really guessing, checking on these, we're just doing them two different ways. So does everybody agree that they have the same numbers, same order, same signs? 2 plus 3 times 7, 2 plus 3 times 7. What's the only difference between those two expressions? Isaac?
The parentheses are on two different numbers.
Very good, and that's going to make all the difference in the world. So let's start with this one up here. Remember, whatever's in parentheses, we do first. So go ahead, what's in parentheses? 2 plus 3, right? What is 2 plus 3 plus?
5. 5 times 7 equals 35.
Thank you, Ryan. I wish you wouldn't yell out though. And then we got to bring down our times 7. 5 times 7 equals 35. Does everybody see where Ryan got his answer? He did what was in parentheses first, and then he said 5 times 7 equals 35. Well, now let's come over here. What's in parentheses over here? 3 times 7. So that's what we have to do first. So what is 3 times 7? Go ahead and skip count by 7 3 times, or skip count by 3 7 times. Whichever one is easiest for you. I'm going to probably skip count by 7s because we did that fluency earlier. Do it fast. 7, 14, 21. So this is 21, but we still have to add 2 to it. And what is 2 plus 21, class? 2 plus 21 is 23. Look how different our answers are. We got 35 here, and over here we got, and why we should not add them. Why are they so different? Just because of where the parentheses were. Does everybody understand? So you think putting your parentheses in the right place is important?
Yes.
It absolutely is. Okay, let's try another example. Erase your board. Carson, you may go when he gets back. Now when you write them on your board, boys and girls, I'd prefer instead of writing them underneath each other, do it like I am and write them side by side if you have room. Okay, in the first equation, we're going to put 3 times 4 in parentheses. And the second one, we're going to put 4 divided by 2. If you look at them, they read the same numbers, same signs, in the same order. 3 times 4 divided by 2, 3 times 4 divided by 2, just what we have in parentheses changes. So go ahead and see if you can solve those on your own. Remember to do what is in parentheses first. You guys are forgetting a lot of time you're adding and subtracting when you should be multiplying and dividing. Divided by 2. What did you notice? This time it's not. Alright. I hope I've given you all enough time to at least do one of them. Let's come back together, shall we? Okay, so 3 times 4, we're doing what's in parentheses first. What did you get for that, Devon? And then we still have to bring down and divide by 2. And what is it? 6. And you can skip count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and get your 6 that way. Okay, or maybe you just know your fact. And over here, we're going to do the 4 divided by 2 first. What is 4 divided by 2, Quinn? Remember, you can skip count by 2 till you get to 4. So 2. Yep, 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then we have to bring down our 3 times 2. What do you think about that one? Look at that, we got the same answer this time, didn't we? So that's kind of interesting because I thought for sure the other ones were so different. So we're going to explore this more, boys and girls, between today and tomorrow and see why sometimes you will get the same answer and sometimes you will get 2 completely different answers. Okay? You getting ready to give this a shot? We're going to go ahead and we are going to open up our workbooks. I believe it's page 38. All I can tell you, it is lesson 8 problem set. Okay? Remember we discovered some of our workbooks, go ahead and get it, are numbered differently. So we're lesson 8 problem set. So to my friends at home, I want you to do what we just did. I will give you a template to do that on. And now we're going to go to a workbook page. The page I want you on will look like this, boys and girls. I'm going to try to make it a little bit bigger. So you should be on this page. It's problem set 8, page 38. So what I'd like to do here, boys and girls, is just try to ask you right now. Right now, it's a brand new skill. How are we feeling with this? Fist to 5. Now you're just learning it, so I would expect nobody to be at a 5. If you're at a 4, I would expect you to do all of these correctly. So really think about where you are. Brand new skill. All right. So what are we learning though? Parentheses mean you do that first. Did I tell you that order of operations is probably one of the biggest things you'll learn in 4th, 5th, right through middle school. And one of the first things you do is you do what's in parentheses first. So we're going to do a variety of the top. Then I'm going to pause the video for my friends at home. And for you guys here, you guys are going to do the rest. Then we're going to do a couple from the bottom. I'll pause the video, and you guys will be expected to do the rest, and we'll go over them, okay? So let's start with the most obvious one. Let's do A and B. Notice 12 minus 4 plus 6, 12 minus 4 plus 6. Same expression, but the parentheses are around 2 different numbers. Hunter, I want you looking up here. This is how I want you to show your work. Do what's in parentheses first. So wherever you have room, I guess I'm going to try to put mine under here. If you want to put it above, you can. But what is 12 minus 4? 12 minus 4 is 8. And then I've got to add my 6. So I'm going to bring down my 6 right there. So if you would do it the way I'm doing it up here, this is how I'm suggesting, and then hopefully you won't forget any of it. Does everybody see where the plus 6 came from? Was the rest of the expression. So what is 8 plus 6, everybody? 8 plus 6 is? So that's what you would get if you put 12 minus 4 in parentheses. Let's look what happens if you put the 4 plus 6 in parentheses. So let's put our caret. What is 4 plus 6? You need to do this. 4 plus 6. Kevin? What is 4 plus 6, Kevin? 4 plus 6? Yep. I'm going to put my 10 there. But then don't forget you got to bring down the rest of the expression, so it's 12 minus 10. Please do that. Does everybody see where I got the 12 minus 10? And you know, sometimes kids do this. They'll put the 10 here and then they'll subtract 12. The numbers have to go in the order they're written above. So you've got to start with 12 minus in order for it to work. Okay? And what is 12 minus 10, boys and girls? 12 minus 10 is 2. Oh my goodness, look at how different our answers were just based on where our parentheses. In this expression, our answer was 14. In this expression, our answer was 2. Let's skip over here to K and L, shall we? Okay, now it's kind of hard for me to see, but I think, does this say 15 divided by 3? So we have 9 plus 15 divided by 3 and 9 plus 15 divided by 3, correct? Let's do what's in parentheses first. 15 divided by 3. If you can't remember how to do that, what's your strategy, whether you're doing multiplication or division? You will always be... No? Who said it? If you're trying to do multiplication or division, you skip count, boys and girls. So I'm going to skip count by 3 until I get to 15. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. What's my answer? 5. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. And then also I have to bring down 9 plus. Well, what is 9 plus 5? Nathan, 9 plus 5 is... Very good. So it looks like 14 is the answer to the top expression. Now if we come down here, they put 9 plus 5 in parentheses. So go ahead and put your parentheses, or put your caret, figure out what 9 plus 5 is. Yes, 9 plus 15, thank you, sorry. And I'm going to do a little mental math there. I'm going to decompose 9 into 5 and 4. I'm going to add my 5 to my 15. What is 15 plus 9, Madison? Nice. 24. And now let's bring down the rest of the expression. I still got to do it. I still got to divide by 3. Well, what is 24 divided by 3? If you don't know, what's your strategy going to be? Skip count. Very good, by 3. What'd you get, Bud? 8. Devon is absolutely all right. 24 divided by 3 equals 8. So look how different our answers were just based on where our parentheses are. Okay? All right, let's come over here to... Let's do this one together, E and F. We have 3 plus 2 times 6, 3 plus 2 times 6, but they put the parentheses around different numbers. If everyone can do that on their own, we'll come back together. To me, boys and girls, these are kind of like little math puzzles for you to figure out. Backwards, it's just parabola 3 plus 3. Give me a thumbs up when you have both of those done. Waiting on just a couple of you. All right, who wants to walk me through this? Henry, why don't you walk me through the first one and say the order in which you would do these things. So go ahead. And why did we do that first? Yeah, but why did we do 3 plus 2 first? Parentheses. Very good, honey. Okay, so you got 5, and then what do we got to do to the 5? What? Times 6, so we're just bringing down the rest of it. And what did you get for your answer then, honey? Nice. How many people got 30? You did give Henry a thumbs up. Nice job, bud. Okay, walk me through the next one. 3 plus 2 times 6. Celia, go ahead. What did you do first here, honey? For what? And why did you do 2 times 6 first? Parentheses, very nice. So 2 times 6 is 12. And then what did you still have to do? You still had to add the... And notice, boys and girls, I'm not adding the 3 here. I'm putting them in the same order they were above. I'm just taking 3 and adding 12. And 3 plus 12 is what, honey? And how many people got 15 for that one? Turn around and give Celia a thumbs up. Okay, we're going to do one more, and then I'm going to let you do the last 1, 2, 3 or 4 on your own. let's try M and N, okay? And then this is kind of hard for me to see. Does that say 60 divided by 10 minus 4 or 60 plus?
60 plus
Divided by, okay, what are we gonna do we're gonna do what's in parentheses first. So let's all think out loud, boys and girls. 10 minus 4 is?
6.
We did that because it's in parentheses. Now we got 60 divided by 6. Yeah, it is hard. They don't give you much space here, I have to admit. So what is 60 divided by 6? How do we get our answer? If you don't know it, it's not locked in your head, what would your strategy be to get your answer, Brian? By, till you get to, yep, you would skip count by 6 until you get 60. But some of you might already know this fact. 60 divided by 6 is what, Ryan? Yep. Okay, now when we come down to the bottom one, we got 60, that is divided by, right? 60 divided by 10. Well, what is 60 divided by 10? You skip count by 10, you get to 60. So what do you get, Tommy, when you do that?
7.
Skip count by 10 until you get to 60. We're doing division. You see those fingers going to the bottom. What would you get? Skip count by 10. So let's do that together. Go ahead. 6. So for those of you who are a little confused, Tommy, look up here. I'm going to skip count by 10 until I get to 60. Why? Because I'm dividing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Your answer is at your fingertip. A lot of you guys skip count, but you're not using your fingers, and then you don't have your answer. So now we've got 6, and we still have to subtract 4. And what is 6 minus 4 plus? 6 minus 4 is? 2. Okay, that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4 for you guys. How many think you can do this on your own? You can work with a partner. To all my friends at home, I'm going to pause the video. I would like you to do those 4 on your own, and we will come back and do them together and go over them. Okay, so welcome back. We're going to go through our answers. So when I go through the answers, it's your responsibility to make sure you check your work and do it the same way I did. I am modeling for you what I expect, okay? And it is really important, the order, not only that we do parentheses first, but we put the numbers in the exact same order they were when we started. So let's look at this one. Everybody should be on I. Point to I, please. I'm going to do what is in parentheses first. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. I got that. Skip counting by 2 until I got to 12. I got 6 fingers. And then I've got to add 4. Well, what is 6 plus 4? 6 plus 4 equals 10. My answer goes over here. My answer does not go over here. Okay? Let's look at the next one. Now my 2 plus 4 is in parentheses. What is 2 plus 4, everybody? 2 plus 4 is 6. And now I've got 12 divided by 2, or 12 divided by 6, and what is 12 divided by 6? 12 divided by 6 is 2. And so my answer goes over here. My answer does not go over here. My answer goes here. 2 equals 12 divided by 2 plus 4. Does everybody see that? Okay, let's go to C. So follow along. I'm going to just do some cold calling. So even if you don't have it done, be prepared to help me out, okay? So let's start with Isaac. Let's do it is in parentheses first. 7 plus 3 is?
7 plus 3 is 10.
Very good. And now look what I'm doing. I'm not putting minus 15 here. I'm bringing my 15 right down underneath. And I'm saying 15 minus 10. Well, what is 15 minus 10, Nathan? Is 5. And there's my answer for the first one. Okay, now if we change it around and we put 15 minus 7 in parentheses, what is 15 minus 7? Amelia, do you have that one? 15 minus 7? Devon, what's 15 minus? What is it? Yep. Devon, can you help me with that? What is 15 minus 7? 8. And then look what I'm doing. I'm putting my plus 3 right next to the 8. So it should be 8 plus 3. And what is 8 plus 3, everybody? 8 plus 3 is 11. Okay, the next one I left for you was over here. 4 times 7 minus 2 and 4 times 7 minus 2. And the first one, 7 minus 2, is in parentheses. So Hunter, what is 7 minus 2? 5. And then I've got to bring down my 4. And 4 times 5 equals 20. Very nice. But if I look at the way the parentheses are arranged in the second equation, Gavin, I've got 4 times 7 minus 2. This time 4 times 7 is parentheses, so I got to do that first. What did you get for 4 times 7? 28. And what have I got to do? I've got to subtract. And what is 28 minus 2? 26. So please take special note of what I did. I took 28 and I brought down my minus 2. See that coming? All right. We have one more to do here. And is this, again, I can't see, boys and girls, is this 35 plus? 35 plus 10 divided by 5, and 35 plus 10 divided by 5. When my first one, the 10 divided by 5 is in parentheses. What is 10 divided by 5, Lily? Yep. And so now I've got to add 35 to that. Notice I'm not putting plus 35 over here. How many of you did that? I want 35 to come first because that's the way it was in the above equation. What is 35 plus 2? Anna. Okay, I'll get you some. Henry, what is 35 plus 2? Very good. And then the next one, I got 35. Again, I'm struggling. 35 plus 5. What is 35 plus 5? Brian? 35, I'm sorry, 35 plus 10. 45. And then I have to bring down my divide by 5. If you need to know the answer for 45 divided by 5 and you don't know it, what should you do? Skip count. Just skip count and divide 5 to get to 45. Ellie, what's your answer? 9. All right. I'm going to leave that up there for a minute for those of you who need to catch up, and then we're going to work on the bottom part of the page. So I'm going to pause my video again. All right, boys and girls, so I asked you to look at the bottom of the page, but I asked you not to do anything. Did anybody make any observations? Thomas, can you put that on the big table, honey, until it's time for you to leave? Thank you. What did you observe, Kendall? They're not all the same problem, but there are some that are the same. Can you tell me? But they're not really telling us what way to do them, are they? They didn't give us any parentheses, did they? But let's look at A and B, boys and girls. What do you notice about A and B? This one says 16 minus 4 plus 7 equals 19, and this thing says 16 minus 4 plus 7 equals 5. The first part of both of them are identical, aren't they? If we look at the next one, 2 equals 22 minus 15 plus 5. 12 equals 22 minus 15 plus 5. They give two answers, but this part of the equation is the same. Our job is to determine where we need to put the parentheses to come up with the answer they have given us. Okay? Yes, Carson.
I like the top, but they're
Right, they're not columns, rows, and they haven't told us where to put the parentheses. So that is our job, boys and girls. Our job is to figure out where to put the parentheses. So let's do the first one. I should hear you. Okay, thank you. Let's do the first one. I'm going to use that strategy. I think I mentioned it before. It's called guess and check. So I'm just going to say, let's guess, and let's put our parentheses around the 16 minus 4. Can we all do that? And what do you get when you take 16 and you subtract 4? Devon? Okay, what's your question, bud? Guys over here need to be quiet. Okay, what do we get? 16 minus 4. I'm going to start doing cold calling. Here's my chip. Everybody has to listen. 16 minus 4. Go ahead, Henry. Gavin, what's 16 minus 4? Okay, and then I've still got to add my 7, so I'm going to bring plus 7 down. Is 12 plus 7, 19. Oh, guess what? I did it right the first time. Yay. Go ahead, Ellie. Well, let's look at this one then. If I want my answer to be 5, don't you think we should try the parentheses in a different spot? So let's put our parentheses around 4 plus 7. Remember, I'm pulling sticks. What is 4 plus 7, Hannah? Very good. And now I've got to bring down, notice, I am putting it in the same order. A lot of you guys want to put the 16 over here, but I've got to bring it down right underneath where it was. The subtraction sign right underneath where it was. And what is 16 minus 11, class? It is 5. How about that? First time we got it right, didn't we? Go ahead, Nathan. Okay, let's try the next one. 2 equals 22 minus 15 plus 5. Let's guess and check. Let's put it around the 22 minus 5, shall we? You may go when Ellie gets back.
You said 15.
What is 22 minus 15? Remember, I'm pulling sticks. 22 minus 15. Lily is? What is it? So you know what I'm going to do 22 minus 15? I'm going to count on from 15 to 22. 7. If I put 7 here and then add 5, do I get 2? No, so guess what? That guess and check didn't work too well there. So I've got to erase, so go ahead and erase. Now I'm going to try my parentheses around the 15 plus 5. What is 15 plus 5? Ryan. Okay, and now I've got to bring down my 22 minus 20. What is 22 minus 20, Madison? 2. Hey, that time it worked. Okay, so if I want to get 12, I'm going to put my parentheses on this one in the opposite place. Can I ask what the matter is? Go ahead and do it. Well, that's what guess and check is. Sorry. What do you need help with, honey? We're doing it together. So you're doing exactly what you're doing for it. All right, and we already did 22 minus 15 is 7. We bring down our plus 5. What is 7 plus 5, class? It is? 12. So we got the right answer. Eden is not here. 12 equals 7 plus 5. Okay, let's look at the next one. 3 plus 7 times 6. Now, if you think about it, you might be able to do better than guess and check. Before we start putting our parentheses, we're on E. Let's just say we put our parentheses around the 3 plus 7. Don't write them in yet, especially Devon if you're tired of erasing. But if we put our parentheses around the 3 plus 7, what will we get, Carson? What? It would be 10. And then 10 times 6 is? So how many people think we should put our parentheses around the 3 and the 7? Let's go ahead and do that. How do we show our work? We're going to draw that little caret and show that 3 plus 7 is 10. And then we're going to multiply by 6. And 10 times 6 equals 60. Now notice this is the exact same equation over here, or I should say the exact same expression, but this time we want our answer to be 45. So instead of putting our parentheses around 3 and 7, how about, boys and girls, we put our parentheses around 7 and 6. And you all know what 7 times 6 is. So go ahead and put that in. What's 7 times 6, Quinn? That's the one you're supposed to have locked in. Yep, 42. And then I gotta come back up and make sure I add my 3 plus to my 42. And what is 3 plus 42, class? Oh, very good, it's 45. So same expression, but depending on where we put our parentheses, we get different answers. Okay, let's go to the next one. Again, before we put our parentheses, let's see which one makes sense. I've got 5 equals, is this a division sign, you guys? 5 equals 10 divided by 10 times 5?
No, it's, that is.
That's what I'm pointing at, Thomas. So can I just look here? Yes, it is 10. So 5 equals 10 divided by 10 times 5. Well, let's just think. What if we put the parentheses around 10 divided by 10? Ellie, what will we get? If we put our parentheses around the 10 divided by 10. I don't think so. Henry? We would get 1. Very good. And I think if we do that, 10 divided by 10 equals 1, and then we multiply by 5, get what our answer is. Our answer is 5. So if we want to get a different answer, what are we going to do over here? We're going to put our parentheses around 10 times 5. Okay, well, let's do what's in parentheses first. 10 times 5 is what, Hunter? Hunter? Yep. And then we got to come back and we got to say 100. What is this sign again? I'm having a hard time reading it. What is that? Divided? Oh, I did. Oh, wait, this is not the same problem. Ah, okay. Sorry, guys. They're not giving me the same problem. Okay. So, let's decide. I thought they were going to be the same problem again, but they are not. So, go ahead and make an educated guess. You can talk with your partners. You're going to put your parentheses around the 100 divided by 10, or you're going to put your parentheses around the 10 times 5. What do you guys think? Huh? Can you? What do you guys think? Oh, I like your way of thinking. All right, holy moly. So let's come back together. I went and spoke to this group over here. I don't know what the rest of you found, but they said they wanted to do 100 divided by 10. Because what do you get when you take 100 and divide it by 10, everybody? You get? 10. Yeah, skip count by 10. You get to 100, you get 10. And then we're going to bring down our 10 times 5. And what is 10 times 5, class? It is 50. So just remember, boys and girls, when you're bringing your work down, you want to keep it in the same order as your original expression. Okay? All right, so let's look at the next one. 26 minus 5. Is that plus 7 again? I cannot see this.
Divided. 50.
I can tell you right now, boys and girls, 26 minus 5 divided by 7 equals 3. Who wants to make an educated guess? Where do you think we should put our parentheses to make that turn out to be 3? Anybody have an educated guess? Isaac.
5 and 7.
You want, that is divided by though, isn't it? I don't know how to take 5 and divide it by 7, do you? I don't think you do. So what are we going to do? We're going to put our parentheses around 26 minus 5. Does everybody see why we don't want to put the parentheses around 5 divided by 7? You'll be able to do that when you get older, but you can't do it in 3rd grade. So what is, you need to quit yelling out, Yvonne. What is 26 minus 5, Kendall? And then we have to say 21, we've got to bring down our divided by 7. Is 21 divided by 7 3, class? 7, 14, 21. So we make that one true. And we've got one last one. 36 equals 4 times 25 minus 16. I'm going to let you guys work on that one in your groups, and I'm going to stop the video for a minute. Remember, you guys can yes and check. All right, friends at home, we're back together. I hope you guys figured it out. I just asked Madison. Madison, what did you and your group decide to group? And if you did that, what did you get for 25 minus 16, honey? You got 9. And then you bring down your 4 times 9. And what is 4 times 9, everybody? It is 36. How many of you realized you were supposed to group the 25 minus 16? Nice job. Okay, let's go to the next page, and there's just a couple word problems on there I want you guys to try. Read the first one and underline your notes. Yep. Can you read those quietly, though? Not with your neighbor, but read them quietly and underline your notes. What? Chad says
Places the parentheses in the question can make postings.
well, I would do write this and put the pencils around this, and then write the parentheses Well, I wouldn't write that until you know which method is it.
Let's see if 2 divided by 4.
All right, boys and girls, before I turn the video back on, I want to give you some direction. Let's read it together. Okay? It says the teacher writes 24 divided by 4 plus 2 equals blank on the board person. Chad says it equals 8. Samir says it equals 4. Explain how placing the parentheses in the equation can make both answers true. Well, we know there would be 2 strategies for this, right? So what I would do if I were you is I would split your workspace right in half. And on one side I would write 24 divided by 4 plus 2 equals. And on the other side I would write 24 divided by 4 plus 2 equals. And I would go ahead and I would try my parentheses in both places, because you don't really know which is going to be Chad's answer and which is going to be Samir's answer until you work it out, right? So put the parentheses in both places and then decide which one is Chad's and which one is Samir's. Can you do that, please, Lily? Whatever you're playing with. Okay, good thing I didn't turn my recording on yet. Maybe I should.
Hey, hi.
Hi, Mrs. Motley. Make sure you come in far enough so we can see all your students.
Oh, yeah. Hey, hi. Oh, this is gonna be a really good class to sing for, I bet. Okay?
Oh, here. My sister's in this class.
Mrs. Botley,
Yes.
they leave to take camera of these.
Yes, that would be great, thanks.
Right.
But you know what? I'll probably have to hold them because we have like movements to our songs. and
Okay,
they
I
wanna
will
hear it.
put them in a bag.
That sounds good?
How many students do you have?
We have,
Their sister.
All right.
so friends, happy holidays, by the way. This is my kindergarten class, and we have a couple friends in here that do not celebrate Christmas, so they've been working on a song called Snow Pants in music. And have we been able to wear snow pants yet this year? No. So we're hoping that if we sing this song to you, maybe it'll snow a little bit over break. Okay, and you guys can wear snow pants. We're gonna go through the song twice, so the second time, if you guys want to sing it with us, you'll see it's pretty easy to learn. Okay? All right.
Snow pants, warm and snuggly snow pants, waist to ankle snow pants, warm and snuggly snow pants, mittens, warm and snuggly mittens, wrist to fingers mittens, warm and snuggly mittens. Coat and hat and mittens, boots. Coat and hat and mittens, boots.
Are you guys gonna try with us? Okay. Ready?
Snow pants, warm and snuggly snow pants, waist to ankle snow pants, warm and snuggly snow
We're
pants,
gonna be your mittens next. Ready?
mittens, warm and snuggly mittens, wrist to fingers mittens, warm and snuggly mittens.
Now we're gonna do our coat and hat. Ready?
Coat and hat and mittens, boots. Coat and hat and mittens, boots. Snow pants, warm and snuggly snow pants, waist to ankle snow pants, warm and snuggly snow pants. You guys are awesome!
So much. And you know what's exciting, Mrs. Botley? I was recording, and so our friends at home are gonna get to see that
Oh my
too.
goodness, cool. I love it. Okay.
Well, thank you so
So
much.
let you guys get back to your math, all
Boys and
right?
girls, I'm gonna give Mrs. Botley a little mid-treat for each of you when you get back to your class.
What do you guys say?
All right, thank you.
I just want to.
Happy holidays, you guys.
All right.
No, go hug your sister. No, you want to get sister. Go hug her.
No more Caroline? I put a sign up there.
Oh, well,
We also see the prank of Olivia.
There's a few more people coming around, so you never know who's sign up.
She is more.
Is her friend here? Friend.
all right, bye, friends.
Please say friend. Give a little wave. What is it? Okay, say something. Bye.
I have a question. I have a question.
What, honey? Well, we're gonna go over this. So, friends at home, that was kind of an added bonus. So, even though you're not in school, you're getting to experience a little bit of the holiday cheer here at school. So that was Mrs. Botley's kindergarten class singing their holiday song. Well, let's get back to this word problem right now before we get more carolers. Okay? No, I gave them one. Thank you, Thomas, though. So remember, there are two ways we can solve this. So quickly, who's already solved one? How did you choose to do the first one? Let's ask Devon. What did you do the first time? What did you put in parentheses? Okay, 24 divided by 4. And what did you get when you took 24 and divided by 4? Remember, I'm doing four. What'd you get? It is 6. So I'm going to put 6 under here with my caret. And then I've got to add 2, and 6 plus 2 is 8. So who, was it Chad or was it Samir that solved it this way? Carson? Who solved it this way, Chad or Samir?
It was,
Chad. So I'm going to just put Chad over here, C for Chad. And then this must be Samir. And so Samir must have put 4 plus 2 in parentheses, right? And 4 plus 2 is 6. If we bring down the rest of our expression, we've got 24 divided by 6. And what is 24 divided by 6? You can get your answer by skip counting by 6. 6, 12, 18, 24. Our answer is 4. So this must have been the way Samir solved it. So I'm going to put an S here for Samir. Okay, so how can placing the parentheses in the equations make both sentences true? Why does that make a difference, Isaac?
It makes a difference because I think both of them are, the numbers are in different, the parentheses are on different numbers.
Okay, very good. Because the parentheses are on different numbers, we get different solutions. I like that. So let's write that. Because, so friends at home, I want you to write this, and friends at school, I want you to write it too. Because the parentheses are around different numbers, we get different solutions. So they can both be right. Now let me ask you this. If their teacher said, put your parentheses around 24 divided by 4, would Chad or would Samir have been right? No, he wouldn't. But if their teacher didn't specify, they could choose either way, and they both could make an argument that their answer is correct. Do we all agree? Okay, we're going to do one more. So if you're done with that, go ahead and read number 4. Friends, I promise we are almost done. I don't know if we're going to have more singers coming up.
Don't forget the other one.
Actually, we're going to do number 4 together, and then I'm going to let everybody, including our friends at home, do number 5 on their own. Thomas, you need to stop. If we get a chance to write that explanation, you're going to pick up that. Okay, if you're done, go ahead and look at the next problem. Underline your nose. You know what, for friends at home, I'm going to make this a little bit clearer. I think this is 15 divided by 3,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yes, it's hard about that. Yes. Well, plus 15 divided by 3.
All right. Guys, you know what would help if you weren't yelling out while we're recording, okay? Okay, it says Natasha solved the equation below by finding the sum of 5 and 12. So let's underline that. She found the sum of 5 and 12. If you look at that expression, how could I change that into adding 12 and 5? Where could I put my parentheses? I've already got a 12, right? How can I make 5 in that expression? Where could I get a 5? Carson. 15 isn't 5. I need to make 5. How could I make 5? Nathan. Ah, look what Nathan's saying. let's put our parentheses around the 15 divided by 3. What is 15 divided by 3, class? It is 5. And now, sure enough, Natasha can solve her expression by finding the sum of 12 and 5. 12 and 5 is 17. Okay, now, friends at home and students here at school, I want you to do number 5 independently. I want you to separate your work area right down the middle and solve that 2 different ways. So before I stop the video, I'm going to show you how I'd like you to present your work. I'll be right up there, come on. So it says find 2 possible answers to the expression 7 plus 3 times 2 by placing the parentheses in different places. This is what I want you to do. I want you to divide your workspace. I want you to write that twice. And then I want you to show 2 different solutions. And friends at home, I want you to do that independently and then submit it to your teacher, okay? Go ahead, Ellen.